Mal. Georgie and I endorsed Michael Hagan as the Kangaroos coach. And second choice, the Walker boys, the Ipswich Jets radical mantra at Wembley. So that's Troy and Georgie.
Yeah, well, Hags is happily retired. They may get the Walker boys. They're always looking for a gig, obviously, because they've got, well, they believe something special, around their coaching techniques and things like that. I believe they've been used in a few clubs. So it's my personal opinion is that it's got to be someone that actually understands the international environment. I think actually being a player, I think has an advantage. Certainly in the rep scene point of view, particularly someone that's had a lot of success there and understands what it takes to manage a team through those type of scenarios.
So look at the New South Wales and the Queensland coach, right? And that is Laurie Daly, arguably New South Wales' greatest ever player. Billy Slater, one of the greatest players in Queensland's history.
Yeah, exactly. Freddie was
Freddie?
He was, I think, ideal. Kevy's, I think, still hasn't got a job yet. Kevy Walters, so he understands it really well. Went on a few kangaroo tours, played for Australia. There are some around. I had on my staff last year, was Justin Holbrook, who's actually coached the junior Kangaroos before, plus Brett White, who's actually is a Kangaroo. Played with the Australian side. I think it was in 2013 in the World Cup. So they're coaching in all the systems. So there's quite a good array of players, ex-players playing within the NRL system in the clubs, whether it be as assistant coaches. Obviously you can't, because of the Constitution, you can't be a club coach, head club coach, and coach a representative side. That's just part of the Constitution. But those guys are sort of, behind the scenes. You've got, there's quite a few around.
Yeah. What about Fletch? He played 14 times for the Kangaroos. Mal, are you here to endorse Brian Fletcher as a future coach of the Kangaroos?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the future Alf. That's what I was thinking about. That's not a bad idea, If Alf can't make it, I know Alf's got a tour going.
He has.
So
with
Fletch
Badge.
might be the new one.
Alf's got a tour going with Badge. I think it's sold out, I heard, that tour.
Oh, no doubt. I was talking to Gary Belcher the other day, and because I'm obviously national coach, he was saying, why don't you come on my tour? I said, what? So I'll become with you the host for the day trips, and then Alf can be the host for the night trips. That's the only way I'd do it.
No, fair. I've heard that about Alf. Yeah, you'd be a great tourist. Now, story breaking from Dean Ritchie that Perth Bears coach Mal Meninga keen to sign Bulldog star Jacob Preston for 2028. So he's not available for 2027, but he is available for 2028. It's started already, Mal?
Yeah, no, it has. It's excellent. Obviously, yeah, I think it is. I think I'm a fan of Jacob Preston. I feel he's a great player and certainly a representative player of the future, no doubt. So we've got to have an open mind to who we do recruit. Jacob is an instance. Obviously he's played for he's a North Sydney Bear Junior. So people like that I think are already connected to the club. So every name that comes out there, Jimmy, will be attached to the Perth Bears. It really is that simple. We'll be in every conversation when someone goes to wants to sign a new contract or wants to go to market or wants to get out of clubs and things like that. That's just the natural existence of it all, really. So we're going to be forever putting out bushfires all the time, I would suggest.
My only concern with it is not that the fact that it's Jacob Preston, because I agree with you. I think he's a fine young player and of fine character, which would appeal to the Perth Bears. My only concern is, why'd you go to Bulldog Ritchie with it? Why didn't you announce it here on a Thursday afternoon?
Well, Bulldog, he sort of rang me 17 million times, and eventually I answered it. And he just asked me about Jacob. I'm just being honest, of course he would be.
Yeah.
Of course, he would be on our radar if he become available. Oh dear, it's But as Wood, the ultimate renewal says, we'll just go frame by frame, step by
Oh,
step.
look at you! Look at you! That's great integration.
That's what we can do. We just
that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Now,
And if I'm giving anyone a headache, the Chemist Warehouse has got some great stuff.
mate, you could get the hang of this. Forget the Perth Bears. You got the hang of this.
Well,
all right. I'm going to ask you this one, right? And when we had the production meeting, I'll explain to it a little bit later. Ben Gardner, that was announced a couple of weeks ago. You confirmed that when we were over there in Perth. Ezra Howe has been, not announced yet, but from what I understand, he's set to be the recruitment manager for the Perth Bears. He comes from the Gold Coast Titans. Why would the Perth Bears hire someone who's the recruitment manager of a team running last in the NRL, Mal?
Oh, God. That's a hard-hitting question. I know Ezra Howe very well, and he's got a great keen eye for talent, and I believe the talent coming through that southeast Queensland corner is exceptional. There's obviously three teams, vying for that talent, and I think the talent that Ezra's managed to convince to play for the Titans is exceptional. It's not Ezra's fault that the talent isn't where it should be at the moment. That's just my view on it all. So I believe that his skill set is obviously going to enhance the Perth Bears, and I believe that he's the right man for the job.
Right. Just to let people know, when I asked Mal that in the production meeting, he went quiet for about 15 seconds, and I thought, back to Dunny's point, thank heavens I was in the studio here in Sydney. And I'll ask you this then, Mal. I'll ask you as a separate part of that. Does Ezra Howe have a very good relationship with Tino Fasua, Malaawi and David Fafita?
I tell you what, Ezra, he's got very good relationships with with all the managers. Obviously, he's got good relationships with all the players. Certainly at the Titans. He's worked in with the New Zealand side. He's one of the assistant coaches. He coached at the junior level with New Zealand. He's got great rapport around the Pacific. Also, he understands the UK market as well. So, I mean, he's got good all-round skills. And because of his relationships and his passion for that job, he does a terrific job. It's like he's getting players to the club that are of quality. You look at the Queensland 19s, and there was one young player played for New South Wales 19s just recently, Zane Harrison.
Yes,
they had about six players. The Titans had 6 players. There was 8 players from the Gold Coast. He missed out on young Coates, obviously, but there's 6 other players that actually played. They're in the Titan systems, mate. So it's not. Everyone knows in our game who are in the know understands how good that recruitment program's been there.
All right, fair enough. I'm accepting of that answer.
Well, hello, bloody Luya. Oh God, I'm going to go away from you. I'm going to have a sleep after this. I'm so late.
I like the way you started to come off the back fence there a little bit too. So that was good. Now,
but you're in this game long enough to understand, the little nuances, involved in it all, and you understand the right people, and the right people generally gravitate towards each other. And I've known Ezra for many, many years, and I know that he's going to do a terrific job.
Afternoon, Mal. Understanding as the Australian coach, you have a particular style that you wish to impart and for the team to play. How much of an opportunity do you get to establish that? My assumption is that your game plan and the style is predicated on the players in the team, given the lack of time to prepare. That's a question from Dan.
Yeah, no, good one, Dan. Simplification. We'll come in. We'll have those conversations right from the outset. Really, obviously, you talk to your key guys, your key indicators. You talk to your leadership group. But I have a view that yes, you get them in your small teams, and you train, or you have meetings in small teams. But at the end of the day, everyone needs to understand what everyone's position and what their their roles are. So I bring them in collectively. That's how I do it. I do it from a collective point of view, and we talk about how we want to play, and then everyone in the team, whatever position you play in, can participate. And I think that's, when you trust people to understand, them and play their role, and they all buy into and get ownership over that plan, you're on your way.
Yeah. Dear Mr. Meninga, when will you announce the Selwyn Cobbo signing? Is it a 3 or a 4-year contract? Thanks, SFR.
Yeah, well, we haven't even talked to Selwyn.
There we go.
It really is that simple. I think his manager obviously set him up for what might happen down the track, so he's got a year at the Dolphins, my understanding.
Yes.
But I haven't talked to Selwyn, to be honest with you. We can't at the moment.
No. Smart by Selwyn's manager. I was surprised the Dolphins did the 1-year deal, but anyway, maybe they.
Well, this is the thing about the game too. Their environment, I believe, is a really strong one. Led by
True.
Gary Reader in their group, and Wayne was there, and now with Christian Wolf. And I think their culture is really strong, and they believe in that culture. So that belief, hopefully they're saying we're going to rub off on Selwyn. Yeah. Selwyn's going to come into here. He's going to love what he's doing. He's going to be happy. We won't have any problems, signing Selwyn onto a longer contract. That's what their belief will be. And Selwyn, through his manager, I think has done really well. We'll see how it all transpires. See how he feels about it all. If he does, like it here, he'll definitely sign. But he may want to move on.
Thanks for watching. For more great content, subscribe to SEN League, your home of the greatest game of all.